elevate your entertainment? Then add Showmax to your DSTV subscription at no extra cost. Showmax is not a TV channel. It's an on-demand video streaming service on Showmax.com. To add Showmax to your DSTV subscription, simply use the My DSTV app. Select Add Showmax. The app screen will confirm that you qualify for Showmax at no extra cost as a DSTV Premium subscriber. Now you can enjoy exclusive shows and movies. Add Showmax to elevate your entertainment.
Hey Easter! Enjoy your passport to non-stop laughter and entertainment on StarTimes. The Salulu is to recharge and get upgraded.
Can we play a game?
We've got fun and play for the big and little kids. Action-packed sports.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Thrilling movies.
You're an actor. Act.
Passionate new telenovelas. Real-world documentaries.
Are you saying yes to the draft?
Unmissable reality and fantastic local shows. Recharge on your current bouquet and get upgraded to the next high bouquet for 1 month. Burudika na familia. Download StarTimes on app for unlimited entertainment anytime, anywhere. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
This is the season where dreams come to life. Where glamour meets excitement. Discover new trends and opportunities in the explosive market sessions. Enjoy the most recent films at our movie screenings. Engage with your favorite industry stakeholders. Explore and experience the B2B sessions, exhibitions, conferences, and workshops. And of course, the most magical place, the Kalasha International Film and TV Awards Ceremony, where the industry's finest gather to celebrate excellence.
Lifetime Achievement Award goes to
the Kalasha International Film and TV Market Festival and Awards 2024 awaits you from the 27th to the 30th of March at the KICC Nairobi, Kenya, where art meets commerce. Buy your ticket at www.tikiti.co.ke. Be a part of this year's festival.
¿De qué parte son? No, no está cerca del mar.
Yo de aquí, de la ciudad.
Mira.
¿Tú de qué parte eres?
Del norte.
Es una zona cerca de un día, pero...
elevate your entertainment? Then add Showmax to your DSTV subscription at a discount. Showmax is not a TV channel. It's an on-demand video streaming service on showmax.com. To add Showmax to your DSTV subscription, simply use the My DSTV app. Select Add Showmax. The app screen will display the discount you qualify for. Now you can enjoy exclusive shows and movies you won't find anywhere else. Add Showmax to elevate your entertainment.
A perfect family is not always what it seems.
Hapa hakuna mtu anaweza kunificha kitu.
When a father's past is revealed after his death, leaving his empire in the hands of his wife, son, daughter, and
I'm here to mourn my husband.
his other wife.
Amazula.
Who will get the castle?
You have rattled the snake.
The war of succession is on in the all-new Kasiri.
I think the reopening is here to showcase that Goethe is back, and Goethe is an open space for everybody to come, for everybody to engage with. It's a space where you can gather, where you can connect to people, find like-minded individuals who are also passionate about art and creation. And that's what we are about, and we are here to stay and to be an open space also in the next decades to come.
I am happy to see that our own students here at the Institute are able to partake in this activity, and that even the Goethe Institute is trying to encourage the young youth to work hard and motivate them to join careers, that this is spearheading them to know what line they want to do in life. So for me, I enjoy that the Goethe Institute took time to let our students be part of this, and they've enjoyed, and some of them now even have interest to work in the German sector.
Hi, my name is Lily Kobler. I'm the director of the Goethe Institute, the German Cultural Center, and we're really having huge celebrations here today. We've been renovating and refurbishing and trying to create more accessible and welcoming spaces for our visitors, our partners, and the creatives of Kenya. So we're really, really happy that we're done with this and we're able to open our spaces again. So I'm most of all excited. It's like a dream come true, because you see building and construction and you can't really imagine what it will be like when it's alive. But now it's alive.
I'm really delighted and honored to be here tonight for the reopening of Goethe Institute after almost 2 years of renovation and refurbishment. It's more than a facelift, it's a whole makeover to last for the next 60 years.
My name is Josephine Ochieng. I work here at Goethe Institute under the school sector. I am the project assistant for PASH project and Bildung Kooperation Deutschland, that is BKD. So in this reopening, we were able to invite schools from Nairobi, and also we had Naivasha girls coming in, and we had a lot of activities for the students. Like, they also took part in different activities and they were able to win various prizes.
The global project is in 6 different countries, 3 in the Middle East and 3 in Africa. Here in Kenya, we focus on capacity building programs and also giving the platforms for creatives and artists to showcase their artworks. The objective of the project is to increase income and employment possibilities for creatives and artists.
My name is Keith Ubanga from Starehe Boys Center. I'm in Form 4 and I'm 17 years old. So my experience in Goethe Institute has been quite eventful. We were able to do various activities such as spin the wheel, where we get to answer questions relating to Germany. My favorite one was the scavenger hunt. We were able to do a scavenger hunt using an app called Kalasha, where we will go around the city looking for checkpoints as we get to know more about Kenyan history and more about the city itself.
I've just come from conducting a really fun DJ workshop with young ladies from Alliance Girls, and I feel like they've really inspired me. They've thrown me back, first of all, to when I was younger and in high school. I wish I knew that there was options for careers like these when I was in high school a few years back. And I feel like the impact of this workshop is not only exposing them to other career paths, but also empowering them to know exactly what it entails to be a DJ, not just the playing the music and having fun, but setting up your gear, you know, troubleshooting, you know, sound, if there's something wrong with your wiring, just empowering girls and young ladies to know that they don't have to wait for somebody to check their technical gear for them, they can do it themselves.
I mostly create content for children, so illustrated books, 2D animations, games. Apart from that, I've been a lecturer at ADMI for the past 3 years. I've been teaching illustration in animation, so everything that goes on before the actual animation production, including character design, that's what I do. So back in 2021, I partnered with Black Rhino and Goethe Institute, and I was given training in VR. So I was part of the state-of-the-art 2.0 Usoni. I was one of the 5 artists, and I created different cartoony-looking scenes that represent the style that I'm after. So for the past 2 days this weekend, I was lecturing and giving a workshop to everyone about virtual reality.
The Cultural Programs Department is here as a space to support creatives. We welcome all kinds of creatives, especially young and mid-career creatives, to explore new practices, new approaches to art making, to engage with different art forms. We support specifically some larger projects in key areas. For example, the Dance Life Fest that's coming up this year again, focused on contemporary dance. We have an exhibition series that supports artists in making ambitious conceptual artworks and exhibiting them here at Goethe Institute. And also, you know, we obviously build international connections, especially to Germany, to find international partners for connecting the Kenyan art scene to the world.
Supporting creatives, man, like from the very first day I walked into the Goethe Institute, actually, this Goethe Institute, I've always got a yes. Even if it was a no, it was a no, but it waited and waited and then it turned into a yes. So I just want to appreciate them for supporting the art, supporting the artists.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hi, how are you? We're getting to that final stretch of the market. And interestingly, the discussion we're having is also about that final stretch of your career when it comes to filmmaking. So it's really fitting to have this topic at this particular time. Talking about retirement when it comes to filmmakers, what happens when you get to the end of that particular road. We are young, we don't think about it now, but the essence of this particular discussion is to plan for it at the beginning, to think about the end in mind. What do you want to do? What are the possibilities that you'll have at that particular space? They already want to pose a question for you right there. You know, because when it's time to retire, if you don't have a plan, you're not planning when you're retiring. This is the time to plan for it, isn't it? So it's a correct time to have this particular discussion. And to lead us through that particular discussion, he was here as a panelist on the last session. He'll be back leading this particular panel. I'd like to call on stage Phil Karanja of Phil Productions. A round of applause for our moderator as he comes on stage.
Good afternoon. Mkofiti? Yeah, I thought so too. A conversation about retirement, we are not going to be full house. But let's see, let's see, and hope that by the time we're ending, it will be full house. I'm very curious, why are you guys interested about retirement? I'll tell you, okay. Why are you interested about retirement? Passive income. Your head is in the right space, thank you. Personally, I was very offended when I got the email and the call, Philip, we want you to moderate about retirement. And I was like, mimi, kijana mdogo kama mimi, surely. Yeah, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? This is actually what we've been on. We've been trying to make film a viable economic thing for filmmakers. Like you can live off film, retire off film, get rich off film, have passive income off film. And I think this conversation should start from when you're very young. And yeah, set ourselves up. So we're quickly going to go into it. Nimerealize hii time inakimbia. So I'm going to introduce my panelists. And yeah, saindo utaanza misbehave. The very first panelist we're going to have on stage is Mr. James Ratemo. He's the head of corporate communications at the Retirement Benefits Authority. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Ratemo, karibu sana. Feel free, feel free. All right. The next person we're going to have on stage is Miss Sandra Musotsi. Atakuja tuambie hiyo jina imetoka wapi. Miss Sandra Musotsi is the General Manager, Private Sector, Ken Bright. Karibu sana. Oh, wow. And then the next lady I'm going to call on stage is someone I have looked up to in the industry. And I'm so excited to have this conversation with her. Miss Njoki Muhoho, she's the producer, Zebra Productions. Karibu sana Njoki. Any place. This is my seat. Yeah, ukae mbali ndo tusipigane sana. And then finally, a gentleman I met in the industry and I have loved his work. Mr. Boni Kate, he's a live TV director. Karibu sana. Feel free. Yeah, I think one of our panelists is not around. He was to join us virtually, but I don't think that will be happening. All right. It's already on the screen. So as we continue having this conversation, there's a question we have there. Do you have a retirement plan? Kindly scan the QR code. We want to see, guy, no, 100%. Msiniangushe. Anzeni kuvote tafadhali. Yeah, do you have a retirement plan? You can scan the QR code. If that is not clear, you can join at menti.com and use the code 26590076. I hope it's legible. Most of you are young. I'm sure you can see the digits. All right. All right, we'll start from the far. Oh my God, I feel like you're so far. I
can move here.
No. Oh, yeah, sure. Can see it. All right, then Mr. Ratemo, that puts you squarely as the first person to go. There's a microphone right next to you. Kindly introduce yourself and what you do and what is your life mission. Why should we pay attention to you today? What goodies do you come with for us today?
Yeah, good afternoon. Yes, you already said my name, James Ratemo from the Retirement Benefits Authority. But I'm speaking to storytellers and those who make things happen. I once used to tell stories about storytellers. I am a trained journalist. I've been in the industry for over 18 years, but now I'm in corporate communications. So what does the Retirement Benefits Authority do? It is the regulator in the industry. I'm really saddened. Okay. I can see stats are changing. Yeah. It's better.
It's better.
But you know what? In the industry,
the
whole of Kenya, we have only 25% of people who are working and they have a pension scheme. So it's very reflective of what happens here. But I'm wondering why. But at the end of this session, I believe people will see the sense why they need to save for retirement. So as the regulator, we register and license all the pension schemes in Kenya. So by the time you join a pension scheme, it must have been registered by the Retirement Benefits Authority. We take care of your rights. We educate Kenyans. That's why I'm here. I've forgone my Easter celebration because it's very, very important to our industry. And we also set policy. We work with the National Treasury. We are the advisors in terms of policy on what should be done for the young people, for the working people, and even for the old. So when it comes a time when you retire, then you start earning what we call a pension. That's why we talk about pension. When you become a pensioner, it means you have stopped working. And when people hear about retirement, people think you have to reach 60, you have to reach 75 or 55. No. The concept of retirement is changing. Retirement can come today. I was just joking with my colleague here. You know, she had a leg. And I told her, that's how retirement comes. If today you stop doing what you do every day, somehow that's your retirement. You remember about COVID? COVID came. Your industry was hurt so much, right? That was retirement for you. So it can come anytime. And when it comes, what do you do? Do you have anything to keep you going? So today we are going to discuss about why you need to think about your retirement and what are the options you have. And in case you are for the 29%, if you have any problem with your scheme, the place to go to is the Retirement Benefits Authority. We are based at Upper Hill, Raimtula. But then we have all our other platforms that you can talk to us. So because I'm speaking to storytellers, let me just give you a brief story of the ant and the grasshopper. One day the ant was passing by with his friends. They were carrying leaves of corn. And the grasshopper was there because it was summer, there was a lot of food. And then the grasshopper was wondering, why are these ants carrying a heavy load to their nests? And then he told the ants, please stop, let us come and chat and play. They said, no, we are carrying this food to our nest because winter is coming. They said, what? There's a lot of food. When winter comes, we'll find food. No, he said no. Then, after some time, winter came. The ants had a lot of food, but the grasshopper didn't have any food. It was freezing cold. And then he went to ask for food from the ants. The ants said, no, we told you. We told you, but you never listened to us. Winter is coming, my friend. If today you have enough, you get gigs, you make 500,000, 20,000, that is your summer. But winter comes, and I know sometimes it takes like 2 or 3 months before you get another gig. So when you get that bumper harvest, do you consume it all? Just like that ant and the grasshopper. And because it is Easter, and we are in the mood of celebrating, Christ, I saw some Christians carrying crosses. Let me take you to Proverbs 6:6-8 says, you, O sluggard, go and learn from the ant. They have no chief, they have no ruler, they have no king. But they collect their food during summer. And when it comes to winter, they have plenty of food. You learn from that. There is a time for bumper harvest. There's a time for scarcity. So please, let us learn from that story of the ant and the grasshopper. Today, you could be, jumping up and down like the grasshopper. But tomorrow, you need to be as wise as the ant. Save today for your tomorrow. Asante.
Right, thank you so much, Miss Sandra. Kindly introduce us to yourself and what life mission you're on and why we should pay attention to you today.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Sandra Musotsi. I work at Kenbright. Kenbright is your go-to person for any risk mitigation that you may have. So we are in the space of trying to save you from risks that you would get as you carry on your day-to-day lives, as you carry on your day-to-day careers. Why you should listen to me is I'm here to debunk a theory. And one of the theories, or the main theory, is in Kenya, and I think Africa as a whole, our retirement plans are usually two. Our children and real estate. That is what we use when we want to retire. So the reason why I'm here is to tell you that there are actually other ways that you can plan for your retirement, and there are other ways that are more efficient than your child or your land.
Awesome. Njoki, hi.
Hi.
Yes.
What was the question?
The question is, let us get to know a bit more about yourself, what you've been up to in the industry, you will tell us for how long, and are you on any particular life mission right now that you want us to learn from you?
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon.
I wasn't sure why I was invited in this panel.
Hey, young girl.
No, I thought it's because I'm the oldest of you all.
Uh-huh.
How many people here are 55 and above? Hands up. You put yours down, 10. Anybody else who is over 55? Oh, then I'll tell you why I was invited here. I will stand up.
Please do, please go.
I hike twice a month.
Okay.
I am 60 years old, and I do not know what is retirement because I am still going. What else was I supposed to do? I am a film producer. Film was a hobby that turned serious. I've been doing it now for 20 years. A little bit at the beginning, on and off, because it was a hobby. I'm the producer of Salem and soon to be launched Shanga TV series. I've produced, co-executive producer with my friend AP of 75 Africa Magic Films, Changes, Mamanduka, and I'm also a management consultant. I have 2 careers. My bag, for 35 years, management consultancy, ex-Pricewaterhouse. I think that's enough.
You see why I'm so excited to learn from her, man. She has a wealth of knowledge. Bonnie, do you think you can top that? Let's get to hear. Let me tell you, you walked in the room from I saw you in the previous session. I was like, aha, here's Nigerian money coming through the room. Oh, God's going to bless us. It
is so wrong to speak after Njoki. I mean, the energy she has.
Itabidi usimame, bro.
Itabidi ningangane. My name is Boni. I don't have a wealth of experience like Njoki is saying. I direct TV shows, and I come from quite a background in making films as well. A few months ago, I finished children's series show called Team Sayari for Nat Geo. And it was quite an exciting experience. And I don't know, like Njoki, I don't know why, as a young man, I have been invited in this platform to talk about retirement. I don't know. Kwa nini tuongea, I am, but
yeah.
with about a little under, like a little 2 decades, like I've been in the business for about two decades. So I think I have something to say.
What were Kenya Film Commission? Yes, it is common. All of us are feeling very young. So how did you come up with this panel?
We are young at heart.
Okay, sawa. Charity tutakutafuta. Anyway, so most of the time when I'm running a panel, the thing is I prefer the Q&A session simply because we could sit here and discuss for hours, but the truth is we don't know exactly what you want to hear, and so I prefer just getting the questions. So a lot of this conversation will be Q&A, but most importantly, the next question I'm about to ask my panelists determines whether you get to stay or you just go backstage. This is very important. Bro, Kotayari? For all my panelists, please think through the answer to this next question deeply. This is what will cause our friendship to break. You ready? Which one do you prefer? Motura ama smocha?
Smocha. Smocha.
Shani haribia siku. Mutura smocha, bro.
Mutura.
Mutura. Mutura. That's a man of culture. Yes. Sandra, Mutura smocha.
Do I have to choose?
I mean.
Then I'd have to go with smocha.
Njoki, yes. What is smocha?
I'm confused.
Yes.
I'm too old to know what the other one is. So it's got to Mutura.
So we stick to Motura. A lady of
stick to. I don't know what the other one is.
Let's stick with Motura. Please, ladies and gentlemen. Watu wa Motura tuko wangapi? Exactly. People of vegetarians. Nyinyi zeni jo. Okay. Smocha, team Smocha. I am not happy, but it's okay. It's okay. Oh man. It's a smoky and chapati. Oh, you're still there.
No, you put a chapati. You roll a chapati and then put a smoky in the middle.
It's okay.
I know it, but just don't know the name.
Sandra, I'll be honest with you. Mimi spendi watu insurance. I see them coming towards me, I go the other direction. I can smell someone selling insurance to me from a mile away. And, you know, and for me, because you'll come and tell me all the benefits of saving and with an insurance policy. But most of the time, I feel like you're taking all the money away from me. So I'm working hard. I want to live. I want to have fun. And then you're telling me to keep all this money so that I have fun. Uzeeni. Where's the balance? Me, I want to have fun. Why are you telling me to spend all? I feel like I will spend my entire life working to save and to insure when I should be having fun. What's up?
Okay, so that is one of the myths I'm here to debunk.
Awesome.
Yes, insurance doesn't always have the best of perspectives. And one of the things is, yes, it's always assumed that you're taking money away from, you know, enjoying for the moment. But then we also actually have plans that are in place that you can enjoy at the moment, and then you can also save for your future. These plans, I mean, they're more or less investment plans. They have an investment arm, and then they have an insurance arm. And then there's also interest that you can earn from that plan. So if I'm just going to use myself as an example because it's easy, I have broken my leg and I had a policy in place, say a medical cover, which has a hospital cash extension and a personal accident extension. So on this policy, one thing is I will get covered for my leg to be treated. Another thing, I will get money while I'm away and unable to work. I will get money because I've been unable to work, hospital cash. I will also get money because I've been injured again and I'm unable to work, so personal accident. So insurance is not only about taking money from you, taking a premium, taking an investment away from you. There's also plans that you can actually get something back from whatever it is that you have given. So retirement is one of those things, in my opinion. I know when you're young, you never think that old age is coming. And it doesn't have to be old age, just like Ratemo has said. Retirement can come as early as 32. If you think of the rally is on right now, these people are very young. Something can happen and they won't be able to race anymore. That is retirement. And if they have nothing else in place except that rallying, then there's nothing for them to do later. So it is important for you to have some sort of backup in place for you to have a future later on. So that's what retirement basically is. I think you should change your perception of insurance because it does have some positive aspects to it.
For sure. Please, let's continue. Maybe by the time we finish this panel, you'll have changed my perception. Awesome. Mr. Ratemo, I know for you, you sit at a point of overseeing the entire, retirement schemes across the country. And I'm just curious, where did we get it wrong as a country? Because we genuinely do not have a culture for saving and insurance. Whereas if you go to, the West, UK, US, like savings and insurance is such a big deal. Like it's ingrained in their culture. Where did we get it wrong? How can we correct it?
Okay. Yeah, that's very true that there's no savings culture in Kenya. Because if we can go by the stats in the pension industry, out of the 100% that are working, it's only 25% who are saving in a retirement benefit scheme. And that's very serious. And the reason is, it is voluntary. Okay? Nobody is forcing you. If I can give you like what is involuntary, when you are employed, I'm sure when you even get a contract with any employer, they ask for NHIF and they ask for NSF card. You know, it used to be 200 shillings, your employer, and 200 shillings yourself. That was like, you don't have any way. But if people were given a chance, even that 200, they could not pay. Okay? And over the years, even through through our school curriculum, people don't have that culture of saving, and it's even worse with the current generations. It is, the YOLO. You only live once. Why should you keep my money for myself? I am able to plan my money. Let me enjoy. I was talking to a group of young people, and they asked me, who told you that I'm going to live until 60? What if I die, and who will spend my money? And they were not behaving as if they wanted to die. Some were even going to the gym. Some were putting on nice clothes. People are just thinking, when I grow old, when I grow up, I want to get a handsome man, get married. They have plans for the future, but then they're not behaving as if they want to live that long. I ask them, what if you don't die? Of course, if you're planning to die tomorrow, don't save. And if you're sure you're going to die tomorrow, don't save. But, the life expectancy now in the world is around 76 for female, for ladies, and around 70 for men. Of course, Kenya, it's around 65, 60. Women always live longer. So, because of medical, it has expanded, it has advanced. When you get sick, you rush to the hospital, meaning people are living longer. And so, the thing is, those days, the olden days, when somebody gets old, he retreats back to the village. The other villagers, the society takes care of that person. That is in this country. Most of you are supporting your parents, you are supporting even your cousins, you are supporting your uncles. But today, things are changing. Things are changing. Even some of you are struggling, to live. So you don't even have something extra to support those people back home. If you do nothing, you also be in that same position. You get old, you didn't save, you didn't plan for your retirement, and then you want to fall back to your children, the society. We have what we call cashback system in this country. When you reach 70 years, you can register, then the government can give you 2,000 per month. It's not sustainable. Even those people who have reached 70, they have to look at the most vulnerable. So it's not working anymore. So the social culture we had of supporting one another is dwindling because of the urbanization. People are living in towns. Other young people are going to Australia, they're going to Canada, they are going to US. Some are even struggling and asking for help from Kenya. So we cannot depend on our children anymore or on our social networks. It is getting impossible. There is also another perception that, this pension thing is for the people who are employed. They are employed. When they reach 60, they get some pension. Nowadays, things are changing. You young people, you love, contracts. 2 years, you move. 3 months, you move. So there's nobody who will be helping you to save for yourself. So the question we ask, then what is this perception of retirement? As I said, it is not about getting old. And we are not even now interested to talk with the old people. Already mistakes have happened. If I talk now to Njoki and I tell her, now I want you to take a 20-year plan. It doesn't matter, but I know. Maybe she has saved. Maybe she has a plot here and there. She has a cow here and there. Of course, maybe she has children. But for you, what we are saying, it is now you need to start planning for your future. Don't wait until when you feel that you are getting old. I said retirement can come anytime. You can lose your job. You can break your leg. You can get sick and the doctor says you cannot work any longer. Just imagine, if whatever you're doing today stops and you are not looking forward to another paycheck, how long will you survive? What now if it happens that forever, now you are not expecting any income? So please let us know that the way we used to support our parents is changing, and going forward, these permanent and pensionable jobs are moving away. So when you get money today, please set aside something before you spend. Mostly, we spend. Whatever remains, we save. But when you start spending, nothing remains because the wants are insatiable. There's so much. Yeah? So even if you do 20 bob, let me give an analogy, 20 bob. 20 bob per day, them started at 600 shillings. You may think it's small money. In 1 year, it's 7,000, around 600 times 30. How much is that? Yeah? Mathematicians in the room. Yes? All right. If I come at the end of the year and ask for 1,000 from you, you may say you don't have. Yet you have been spending 20 bobs on mutura, which you can cut down. So I no longer take mutura. That mutura, when I feel the urge, I take that 20 bob, I drop it somewhere, I save. Every Friday, every Friday, twende tupigie mwili pole. Wangapi wenu hapa kila Friday, kwanza leo, hata kama ni Easter, wanamaliza hivi, kuna cocktail hapa juu nimesikia, at least ni labda itakuwa free. But after that, they'll go somewhere. They spend like a lot of money on, what you can cut down. People say they don't have something to save, but look at your expenditure. If you can cut something, for Christians, they add Lent. Unajinyima, unaweka kitu kidogo. Lakini wengine wanajinyima, ikifika mwisho, anararua yote. Okay? For our brothers, the Muslims and the sisters, kuna Ramadan. Wanajinyima, ikifika jioni, sijui kama ile hawakula asubuhi na mchana kama watakula yote, but there is always something to save. And things are changing. And that's why we need now to change our perspective. We are going to the schools. Now through the CBC, children are being taught how to start saving. Because we have the concept of catching them when young. But if we wait until now you have started working, or you're about now to retire, we can't help you much. That's why we want to come to the young people like you, so that this culture is for your own benefit if you change.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's jump to the industry and then we'll come back to you guys. Njoki, I think why I'm excited to have this conversation with you is because you have stood the test of time. And for me, and anyone who works with me will tell you, my biggest fear is for one day to wake up and people are saying, hey, you remember there was a company called Feel It Production. Hey, they used to do some good productions. And that happens so much in our industry, so much. The industries, when I came into the industries that were, the production companies that were big, nowadays you don't hear from a lot of them, But for you, even right now, you're still outdoing me in the number of productions you're doing. You're still in the game. I'm curious about your strategy and what you feel as filmmakers and as production companies we've been doing wrong in terms of succession and just keeping, going on. Yeah.
All right. That's a very complex question. And I'm trying to see which angle to focus on. One, I'm also noticing the mistake I've made is I left my bag behind without bringing my pen and paper. This is what old age does to you.
I'm sure we can have someone assist you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Let me take the challenge. I was counting them. One, I'm actually not a success. Now let me be serious. Before I was joking, I'm actually not a success. I'm not a success. I am a failure. Why am I a failure? My plan when I started working at about age 23, 24 was to retire at about age 45 and travel the world and do a lot of hiking and camping and also write books which nobody will ever buy, but they will have given me the emotional satisfaction of writing. Am I doing that now? I'm trying to do everything at the same time. at age 60. So I am a failure in that regard. Let me also pick, and I'll just pick up a few points, and then maybe later during the QA I might get another chance. Our insurance colleagues here have talked about save kidogo kidogo every day. Let me bring some realities kwa ground. Kama hiyo chapo na smoky. Kwa ground. What? Yes, mucha. Now I know the word. Forgive me if I didn't know the word, but I know the delicacy. Now, this generation here, besides me and Wanjiru, they've been brought up on totally different values than us. As it was perseverance, persistence. I'll remember the third P. I've forgotten. I gave you I excuse myself, I forget things. This generation here, 99.9% of the people here have been brought up through the values of instant gratification, innovation, impatience, the 3 I's. That is your gift and your curse. Just like me, persistence, patience is my gift and my curse. That even at age 60, I am still trying to climb the highest mountain in Kenya. Surely, I've just had a spine operation the other day. Am I still going to climb that mountain? Now, let me come back to you. My colleague, RBA, if you are brought up with the value of instant gratification, how are they going to save? These people buy 40 pairs of sneakers from their salaries that we give them in our production. Because everybody has got snazzy sneakers. I'm getting smiles of guilty conscience around here. Me, I have to really think before I buy the second pair. The first one must have endured and can no longer be repaired. Till when the fundi tells me, Mama usirudishe hii sasa, it is finished. But these people have, am I exaggerating? How many sneakers do you have? Many, isn't it? Now, how many of them, in one of my productions, I think it was when I started Changes or Salem, I said, if you don't have a bank account, you are not going to be employed by Jockey. There were too many people who wanted to be paid by M-Pesa. We know how we spend money when it's on M-Pesa. It goes like this. So the challenge is more fundamental. It's more fundamental. How do people put money aside? Also, you've mentioned how don't plan for your children to be your pension. Actually, here is a pension. When their mothers and fathers get sick, munaitwa sivyo. When your younger sister or brother is sent out from school, your mother calls you, isn't it? Lete pesa. How do your pension? So when do we break the cycle? Even how do you save up so when your mom is unwell and she says, take me to hospital, you don't start that muchango around the set? Yeah? So it's more fundamental in that if you're already the pension, I'm sorry, you're already the pension for your parents.
Oleni.
Then the next thing then would be, how do you plan yourself and also to rescue the parents? That little money aside, those circles, I've tried to form circles where people contribute money in our productions. They never really kick off, but once in a while they kick off and they buy some boroti, yeah? Especially when it's a long format. And now long formats are coming to an end when you know you have a whole year production. I think let me stop there for the time being, but also say I would have liked to retire by 45. What made me not retire by 45? Because I left payroll job. You know where you're looking at the end of the year to be promoted and you're given more money and all that, where you can decide I'm saving 5,000 shillings every month. I left that to be an entrepreneur, to be an independent consultant. Now that meant I had to be so disciplined. When I get an assignment that pays well, lock the money somewhere. So endowment policies and all that. So I got into a lot of your business, yeah? Then what I would do is, nikikaukiwa kabisa, I encash that. So I'm able to continue. I told you earlier on, film was a hobby. Because I happened to win a competition when I wasn't a filmmaker, a script writing competition. And I told myself, girl, this is either the biggest fluke on earth, or you might have a talent that you don't know about. What did I do? I promised myself sabbatical for not less than 6 months to go and discover if I have the talent. And I've got to be taught by the best. So I know if I have the talent or not. So talk of retirement, then what did I do? All the savings I had done, knock, knock, Hollywood, here I am for a 1-year course, yeah? Came back, broke like a church mouse. You know, there's nothing in church to eat for. The rat can't find anything in church to eat. That's how broke I was. So that's when I started doing the 2 careers at the same time. So I'm still in a rat race. I'm not yet at a point where I can say, hang your boots, Jockey, and enjoy the weather.
Wow, it's a dramatic way of ending. Thank you. Bonnie, young man at heart. But hii kazi yetu, we're not retiring, are we? Yeah, I mean, I feel like film is something, even when I'm 90 years old, I'm still going to be on a film set somewhere. But is this the reality? And because I do have a feeling that people in the industry, we think our job is something that will last us forever.
Well, thank you. I'll start with a very simple illustration. In 2004, I watched a film from a gentleman this generation might not know, called Osman Sembene. Old man at 84, and he did a prolific film. That really tells me today that when it comes to execution of the duties, you know, filmmakers age like fine wine. You know, the more you advance, the better the skills get. However, you do not have the strength. You don't have the strength to execute the way you would have executed when you were 31. So it's really a dance around those two things, and that's really where I'd like to start. That in this room, there are very many younger people, and there are also older people like Njoki. But no, oh yeah, she's young. So
bro, jipendi.
Niko karibu sana. So the dance around is really between when you can be able to, when you have the strength and you're acquiring the skill. That's in, you know, you're at a younger age. And then also there's a time that will come when you've acquired the skill. I remember some years back when I was starting off, I could actually do a lot, but I was acquiring skill. Today, I mean, on Monday, I just arrived from Abuja, and it surprised me how a 6-hour flight took me down. I had to sleep for a whole day. That would not be my case some 15 years back. So it tells you that you have the skill now. You have, you know, you can be able to advise a few people. You can tell them, if you do this, mambo itaenda mzuri. However, your strength is winding down. You're not able to do the things that you'll be able to do, or you were able to do some years back. Now, I know Ratemo is speaking about money, and Njoki has spoken a lot about money. I want to speak about strength. I want to give the young people a challenge that the things that you'll be able to do today, you know, you can acquire skills, but take time and remember that there are times that will come when you might not have the strength you have today. Some years back, I did a lot. I mean, I would be able to do so much, but today I appreciate the fact that that time, that energy is not in. And As time goes by, you prepare yourself, mentally prepare yourself, call yourself to action that I'm not going to be able to do this forever. I cannot perform like this. So how do I prepare myself for days that I might not be able to do this? And again, our industry is very erratic. It has its ups and downs. I've been a freelancing director for the last, 15 years? So I can tell you for a fact, you will not have the money that you want all the time, every time. You will not have the energy. You will not be able to wake up in the morning and say that you go to work. I mean, you will do a few things here and there. I do a couple of things. When I am not in a studio or when I'm not directing, I do documentaries. I consult for organizations that are training. I do a few things that keep me at the workplace. Necessarily or primarily not because I need the money, but there's nothing as satisfying as waking up to go to work and make yourself useful. I keep some chicken and some goats. I don't do them because I want to sell them, but it makes me feel okay when I wake up to decide whether they're going to be dewormed today or not. That in itself, you have to find yourself useful because at this age, you're putting in so much and, I'm trying to avoid talking about the money, but the money is also very important. You have to make as much money as you can. And if you cannot be able to make, try as hard. All right? Is that Sekito? I have to appreciate my friend from Uganda. Oh, Sekito, all the way from Uganda. Thank you. Nice to see you in the audience.
Awesome. Njoki, sorry. There's a part of the question you skipped, and I'm so curious. This is very personal. I don't even care about the audience. Zebra Productions. I want Zebra Productions to be here 100 years from now. Walt Disney is there. All these great companies are there. What is it we're doing wrong as the film industry, the companies in the film industry in Kenya? Because I strongly believe that wealth is compounded. So whatever you've built on this 30 plus years you've been in the industry, if you do 100 years, your company does 100 years, then we have a $1 billion shilling company. Yeah.
Let me start on a dramatic point. If I drop dead today, will there be zebra?
Good question.
There will be. So. There are 4 dynamic ladies. It had nothing against the boys. There are 4 dynamic ladies who continue without me. Okay? I believe in legacy. Legacy being, most people interpret legacy as fame after you're gone, the person they will compose songs for. No, please don't compose a song for me. Sing it for me now when I'm alive, If you have anything nice to say to me, tell me now. Don't wait till I'm dead. I'm serious. But legacy is your work continues after you are gone. It's the same thing as doing a trust. You do your work. I was telling my lawyer just yesterday, I worked so hard to build this home of mine. I dreamt of it for 25 years. It took me 15 years to even break the ground. I'll be damned if I leave it to another individual. It has to be in a trust to educate other people, and I don't care who they are. Yeah? So I digress, but it's the same thing. I am a strong believer in passing the mantle. I'm a strong believer in find young people who are willing, mentor them, grow them. Because when you are sick, when you are not there, they will do the job. I think in Zebra there's been a lot of that. It doesn't mean I am so wise and intelligent. No, I'm actually as thick as a plank of wood. It's just that life has taught me big lessons along the way. When we did, I think, Changes Season 2, we had dates from here to Timbuktu. I was just reminding Steve Ounde how I worked as a consultant for an additional 4 years to pay him and a few others for debts I had from Changes. Because I said, if you've worked for me, I've taken your services, I've gone over budget on the broadcaster's money, I must pay you, even if it takes 10 years. Steve Oude asked him. We had to go through that. So coming back to your question, at that time when my company was on its knees, even business partners said, let's declare bankruptcy. And I thought, actually, bankruptcy is a crime. If I ever wanted to be a politician, I can't be a politician if I have a bankruptcy record. Not that I have any interest in politics, no. So, it's how you build the people, you build the structures, that the structures can continue without you. It is a challenge every day. Mnet will call for a meeting and I'll say, no, talk to my MD. They say, no, we wanted you here. And if I was in hospital in ICU, what would happen? So I have to keep that fight every day, every day. Is it a conversation on finance? Talk to Kate. Is it a conversation on contract? Talk to Wamboi. But insist on it. That I found it helps survive. When I came in, I said, I'm fatigued, I'm frustrated, I'm not going through a good time at the moment. But guess what? Even when I'm so frustrated and I just want to stay in my house and switch off the phone, the team continues with the business of the company. Another key lesson, the main one, and I think I'll thank my dad for this, separate. You'd see a company is registered as a legal entity. In the Company Act, it is the company registration is as important as your birth certificate. You are two different entities. What business do you have eating each other's money? So separate your money. Be broke to the last coin, but don't go help yourself to the money of the company. It ain't yours. It ain't yours. I am totally disciplined on that. I see one lady who's worked with me as a producer, Edda would tell you that. I separate. My money is my money, I'll be broke, and even the company will owe me money, and the finance manager has a right to tell me, I'm sorry, Joki, unless you want us to cancel the next episode, we are not giving you your money. So that's separation.
Okay. Sandra. Okay, before we get to Sandra, and then after Sandra, we're going to open up the floor for Q&As. For those who've just walked in, there's a poll we are trying to get, and we will get the results at the end of it. So do you have a retirement plan? You can scan the QR code, and yeah, just vote for those who've walked in. If you can't, your QR code is not working, you can join at menti.com and use the code. It's above there. I hope mnaona. Sandra, we come from a very interesting industry where we don't have a regular source of income. Most of the work we do is project-based. And sometimes you get paid after 90 working days. Clients. Yeah, you get paid after 90 working days. How do you structure that for someone like me? How will you structure a package for me as a filmmaker?
Okay, so there's a couple of options that you have, and like Ratemo said, it's voluntary. Therefore, that means the contributions or the amounts that you give are also voluntary. So one thing that you can do is, of course, open something called an individual pension plan. That's one of the ways that you can save. And in this individual pension plan, you determine the amount of money that you're going to put into it. Another way that you can actually save for retirement is investment. So money market, the T-bills, T-bonds from the government. Again, because it's voluntary, there is no set amount that you need to deposit. So because, like Phil has said, since your income is not regular, then whenever it is that you get money, just put in a little bit. Like Ratemo said, even if it's 20 bob, this time you put 20 bob, next time you put 10,000, next time you put 100,000. So whatever it is that you put in, do it at your own pace, but do it. Yeah.
Thank you. The panelist who they make today is Mr. Oliver Litondo. He's phenomenal actor. I'd have really wanted to have a conversation with him about now the emotional side of retirement, but it's okay. Now we move on to you guys. I'm curious, probably we've been here having conversations and maybe as you were Bambi. So I'm curious to know what retirement means for you guys. What are the questions you want to ask? So, okay, gentleman in yellow, always first.
Phil, while he gets the mic, can I answer that question you're going to ask Oliver? This is what happens. When you're in your 20s, you're in the top of the world. And your network is big, and guess what? You are the know-it-all. You even know better than your bosses, and you can argue. When you get to about mid-30s, reality hits, you've got aging parents, you probably have a kid, you have a steady relationship, sasa mambo yamechacha. And you start feeling like you're slowing down on your career to be able to deal with these other issues. What you find is that you can't do everything at the same time. The family relationships, the career growth, the investments, the savings, you just find you have to start prioritizing. These 2 years, I prioritize this. The next 2 years, I prioritize that. You need a plan. By the time you get to around 40, 50, 55, you find, one thing I'm finding everywhere I go, I'm the oldest person in the room, and I haven't hit 70. So leave alone Oliver, who is not here, me, 60. You find easily you're the oldest person, that you can no longer even speak the language. You see that delicacy, me, I was saying, I know it, but I don't even know the name people use. You find even in lingua, it's humorous for me. I have to be ready to be laughed at when I go to posts and my cast have used Sheng and I'm asking, hini nini, what is this one? Now there's a joke with my team. This one is for Joki's new directory. I keep a grocery of terms to catch up with you people. Yeah, so there's that aspect of, retirement is knocking when even normal conversation you need an interpreter. Yeah, retirement is knocking when you are thinking, guy, didn't I see with another pair of sneakers? Now you have another one. Yeah, then you find that you can't think the same with these people. You want to lecture them. But you realize you are made of different cloth. You feel lonely in a crowd. And then you become the person they want to follow you all the time, saying nice things about you to give them a job. But there will be the same people who will come stabbing you at the back, going to social media, your enemy number one, but you also savior number one. That's what we deal with in our old age.
No, I mean, it's, wow, I feel like that's a whole other conversation. And you know what, you should come through to my podcast. I run this small podcast. It's called Becoming CEO. And that's a very interesting conversation. Yeah, I will definitely do that. Yes, please.
Thank you, Phil, and the panel. Manze, you're doing a great job. I want to appreciate every one of you. But and number one, I also wanted to tell you, you should try out Motucha. Is a Motucha. Yes. Also, I wanted to state here, because Njoki has said, I think number one, tumefail sana, or rather our parents, they really failed in teaching us about saving. Kwa sababu ulikuwa una save, anakuambia nisaidie nitakurudishia, hazijawahi rudi. Yes.
So
hazirudi. So that is where actually we started. So tunaonanga ni kama hata tukiweka huko mahali mnatuambia tulete to save or be to save wherever, somebody will just come and ask for that money, and that money will not come back. Number two, I wanted to just get a clarification from Madam Njoki, kwa sababu manze, personally I'm a student, and I'm also a director at Pishon Africa Media, where we are young people who are bringing in, tumeona hakuna biashara zinakuja kwa film industry, so we are just bringing in business, tunatafuta biashara, tunakuletea, we get a cut. So, tunataka kujua, especially me as a CEO of the company, the company eats a lot from me right now. I invest a lot, and now you're telling me that I should not eat from the company when it starts making money. How will I eat? Na saizi kampuni inanikula literally.
Okay, first of all, when you save and you are lucky your parents tell you at least they say they will refund, they will give it back. In our time, it is your right to give and write off immediately. So, one, I think my colleagues here in the insurance will tell you, standing orders. Make sure your account is, by the way, bank accounts are not meant to have a lot of money. It is a train station. A train station where all the trains are seated there, not moving, can't be a it's a museum. Your bank account should always only have the minimum you need for that month. So open an account with her, standing order, 2,000 shillings for endowment, for that degree I want to do later. With him, you're covering something else, your pension literally, which you are going to encash after 10 years, after 20 years, even if it's 500 bob. Put a standing order. When your mother comes and says, kuna harusi huko Kisumu, tunaenda, I need 30K from you, you will not feel guilty because your account has 5,000 shillings and you need it for transport. Please ask somebody to give you a talk on black tax. That's something I used to give the students at MTF. How are we going to deal with the black tax? Black tax is us.
Build a longer table, let us share the resources or let us share the things that are there, and we will all find, a decent meal.
Right.
Can I add something?
Yeah, sure.
To that question, there was the fear of somebody coming to take their money.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I give you a secret on how that money cannot be taken? If you put that money in an insurance product or in a pension scheme, that money is even unreachable by yourself. So for that money to be saved, to take care of you, of the order you tomorrow, please keep it away where you cannot access it. And I like the analogy of M-Pesa. This is the M-Pesa. The money you are paid through M-Pesa, it must be small money, right? And even if it is small, if you hide it, that you cannot reach it, the other friend cannot reach it. Even if you meet on a Friday evening and you want to take a beer, if that money is not reachable, it is safe, even from you. And you have to ensure that that money is saved. And you know why? What? When you put your money in a pension scheme, the government is aware that people don't like saving money for long term. And now they have given you tax incentives. Did you know that if you save in a registered individual pension plan, up to 20,000 of what you save is tax-free per month? And the investment income for a pension scheme is tax-free. That's the reason why money in a pension scheme grows faster than the other vehicles, because the government knows if it doesn't do that, you are going to be a burden on the same government. So people who are smart, and I know all of you are smart people. Sometimes the Star says that smart people read the Friday Star. Smart people hide their money in a pension scheme because it grows faster. You may have wanted to save in a treasury bill, treasury bond, but because of your little money, you feel it's out of reach. Put your money in a pension scheme. It is a pool, and that money is saved, is invested in those vehicles that you cannot reach. So please hide your money. The younger you will take care of the older you tomorrow. Whether you like it or not, you must grow old, okay?
Yeah.
And whether you like it or not, one day you must stop working. And I like what Njoki said. Njoki, I want to encourage you. What you are doing is very good. You are not really a failure. Because this is what you need to do, but not for the sake of, feeding your stomach. It's for the sake of keeping your mind, your brain active. Not for the sake of putting food on the table. So maybe that could be the mismatch. So feel today, continue what you are doing, but as you age, mentor other people to take over so that you are there to keep yourself active, to keep yourself relevant, but not to chase, little monies for your sneakers, for your rent. We did a survey. We asked now the pensioners, like now in Njoki. We asked people who have retired, what's your greatest need when you retire? Do you know the three things that came up? Number one, paying school fees. Meaning people retire and they still have children, grandchildren to pay school fees for, either because their children are not able to take care of themselves. Number two, housing. You need a house whether you like it or not. Number three, medical bills. Do you know when you get old, that this disease that take advantage of you because of your age, whether you like it or not, you must seek medical attention. And even today you go to Aga Khan, or you go to, Nairobi Hospital, or I don't know which other hospital, you go to Acacia. And then when you retire, then you have to go to the nearest health center where even Panadol, you have to be told to go and buy. You may even die faster because your lifestyle changes all of a sudden. If you want to maintain your lifestyle, hide some money in a pension scheme because that money will help you maintain a lifestyle you need. Otherwise, it is an abrupt cut and then you are finished if you didn't plan yourself.
Wow. Okay. As we get another question, thank you. I see a clap there. I think there's a lady here. Yes, Wamboi from Mama Dance. As she gets to answer her question, tech team, I lost one of my screen, so mi nitapitisha time, mtanipata hapa saa 2 usiku. Mtacheki your screen. Yeah.
Hello, hi guys.
Hello.
My name is Wamboi from Mama Dance, and my question is actually about practically. My question is actually to you and to all of you guys actually. It's about how to access retirement funds for creatives. Are there any that specialize in the creative industry? And are you part of any that you can recommend to the creatives? I actually also run a very big group of creatives called the Acacia community, and I would love to share such information to them. Thank you.
Thanks, Sandra and Ratemo.
All right, a quick one. And I'm glad that you run an organization. You've said Acacia Creatives. All right. The best way for you to, there is power in numbers. There's power in numbers. I hope, Phil, you are the leaders in this industry. I hope there's an organization where you can access all these people. And then you can call us, we come and, for free because that's our mandate. You pay us to do this. We come and we tell you the options you have for you. If your employer is yet to think about your retirement, you can start on your own. She mentioned what we call an individual pension plan. Before even you come as a group and start thinking, contributing, and then you send money to a pension scheme, you as an individual, you can join any individual pension scheme. We have about 45 registered. You go to the RBA website, rba.go.ke. There's a list of individual pension plans, and there are even contacts. Call one. She's here. If you can approach her, she'll lead you to one or two. And then you start saving according to your ability. But it could be beautiful if you come as a group because you can encourage one another. And then you give us a lump sum. It goes to the pension scheme, and then it is credited into individual accounts. And the beauty is you can access that money during a rainy day. Not for like those days that you have to reach 60. For the lecturers is about 70. For judges is around 75. You don't need to reach 75 because your retirement, you determine it. If I'm talking to somebody who is 55, I cannot tell them to save for 30 years. If you are maybe 23, 26, then you have a longer time. But in case something happens, you can go and access that money, even it's within the law. If today you belong to a scheme and you change jobs, the law allows you that you can access that money, but it's not a must. especially if you are moving on to another job and you are receiving your monthly or maybe periodic income. So there are these options, and you also benefit from the tax exemptions I've talked about. So a quick one, if you have any group and you want, maybe you are few here, you feel that this information should go to those other members, just call us by just writing a letter to our CEO, then we'll come and give you the option. Now we even have technical officers who will tell you what to do. A quick one, think of a filmmaker's pension plan, so that anyone working in this industry can come, they save, and when you call us, we give them this financial advisory. It becomes easy as opposed to dealing with individuals. Thank you.
Can I ask you a question, please, on behalf of the industry? Because of the nature of our work, you always find that when people are caught together, lots of people have worked throughout the night, they're sleeping during the day, or they're out in production. Why don't I challenge you and you, in your industry, you open a desk for filmmakers, a filmmaker agent, that they even can go from one set, from one company to another, selling your services. Why do I say this? It is the difficulty of always getting everybody together.
A quick one to that. Okay. Once you give us that request, and you know the uniqueness of the industry, we are willing to go even to Lokichoge if you have your filmmakers there, even if they are 15. Okay. That is part of our mandate.
All right.
We can go even to Loitoktok. If there's a set there, you can give us 15 minutes, we talk to them. It is always doable. And all these service providers that we have registered, that is their work. They are looking for people. Just invite them. But I know the problem is maybe you didn't have this information. And it will sadden my heart if we spend 1 hour here, and then after this, I meet one of them maybe in 3 years and ask them, do you even have an account in a pension scheme? And they are still thinking about it. So it's possible, just a request, free of charge. We can even book a hotel for you. You bring all these filmmakers free of charge, because the government is keen to ensure you do not become a burden to the society and the government itself.
Okay, I think also as producers, we can challenge ourselves and call them to our productions. Yeah, on one production day, we sacrifice the morning. Yeah.
All right, yeah, so I just wanted to also add that you have the advantage of having the commission there for you, and they have organized a lot of these. I mean, they're able to organize you into groups and all of that, where you can actually get information, resources, and all that from them. And through them, we are able to get to you easier. As he said, yes, we can go to Lokichogyo if need be, but then also please take advantage of the resources that you have from the commission, because they're able to assist you faster. They have the knowledge, and they're there to, give you that knowledge and give you exposure to us who you might feel are not available. I am here. You will not miss me with my leg. You can come and talk to me, and I'd be able to assist you.
Awesome. All right. Yes. Gentleman there.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Victor. And first of all, I would like to say that the last time that I spoke in front of such a large crowd was back in class 8. Tulikuwa na kitu ilikuwa inaitwa Thanksgiving pale after class 8. So this is a great honor to ask this question in front of great panelists such as yourself. And secondly, this question is actually directed to the 3 people who are in the film industry. That do you yourself have a retirement plan?
Wait.
I mean it. I mean it. And if so, if you have it, it would be great if you'd give us some insight. Since Njoki has spoken about that, being in the film industry, you are an entrepreneur, and I feel you've said you yourself that also being in the film industry, it's something you have to be consistent on. Such as your show, you bring different people, and if you stop from there, do you have anything else for the future? And I think from that we'll be able to get various ideas from the three who are in the industry, and that's now apart from the various methods that have been said by the other 2.
Thank you. So I was lucky enough because I got into production pretty early on, like now the crew side. And one of the companies we worked with when I was directing Mother-in-Law, this is more than 10 years ago, was actually RBA. And they had paid for product placement in the show because Mother-in-Law is elderly, so we're talking about retirement. And so one of the things we had to do is they had to train us and take us through retirement benefits. And so I was very informed from that early age. And so what I have is a life insurance plan. But again, because of the challenges of our industry, hatukwangi marafiki, we are always on and off, because in our world, I might have money now, and then for the next 9 months, I don't have a gig. So it's always been, but yes. Now, in terms of kuangalia mbele, in terms of money on a personal level, I've just come to a point where I've accepted you cannot rely on one revenue stream, one income stream. And so I have multiple income streams based on something close to what I do. So I am a filmmaker, I am an artist. So right now what I'm doing, this is one revenue stream where I host panels and I get to host events. But you see what I'm doing basically, what I'm doing right now is like performing on stage. It's what I will do if I was an artist. So yes, how many streams do I have? I have one as an actor, which that one is dormant, but yes, I still get acting gigs once in a while. As a film producer and director, as a host, and now as a YouTuber, and slowly now that's developing into being an influencer. And so what I'm doing is I'm creating multiple revenue streams, just doing what I love. And on top of that, now you get to do a lot of saving schemes. Yeah. So it's really helping. So nikiangalia mbele, I can't rely on one. So I'm creating multiple streams. Yeah.
Wow. Just to answer the young man, yes, I have plans. Like I have, I don't have a plan with RBA, and which I think it's a beautiful thing. I'm going to onboard onto Retirement Benefits Authority. I have a plan with a different organization, but I also I'm also a representative of directors. So I'm going to have a chat with them to see how we can, as a group, but personally I'm very thrilled with this. And I think it's a very, very wonderful idea because it is not about age. It's really, it's a course that you want to take. And the second question he'd asked was about, looking into the future. Now, for me, it's a very different one because I'm a very not the current kind of a swimmer. I like to look, I'd like to pose a question as well to you and ask you, what do you define as success? And will you know when you hit it? For me, success has got nothing to do with monetary value. For me, my success is peace, will I be at peace with myself? Will I be at peace with my family and the people around me? Will I, as I get to that particular time? So I work towards that. I work towards encouraging peace, and I work towards making a harmonious living be the object of my, everything. And yes, money is a good thing, and savings are perfect. But to me, it's I know I'm a very passionate artist, and I put my efforts where it needs to be. But I also try not to get a lot of money and then surround myself with zero-sum people or have none. So I try a lot that at some point in my life, I will have some money and a lot of friends. So that's really what the future looks like for me.
Your question to me is, I can answer, for me to answer your question, there are very many facets of it. Maybe because of where I am in the stage of my life. I'm in the stage of enjoying my retirement rather than saving for my retirement. I'll answer it in maybe 4 quick ways. One, over time when I was younger, I would go into those packages we mentioned. I would talk to financial advisors, fund managers, where you put money for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and when the money matures, that time comes, I take it out. I remember doing things with like Britam. I remember doing it with individual finance companies. And not that I was so wise, but I thought, if other people who are older than me are doing it, let me also do it. The first challenge was to get over the fear somebody's going to run away with your money. So once you get over that fear, and you get somebody, you even ask them, who can I talk to who's already been on this package? That I found very helpful, because I realized I did things I would never have done, because one, I didn't know they existed, I didn't know how they worked. It wasn't my area of forte. So what would happen is at different stages of my life, and remember I talked about late 20s, mid 30s, 40s, then there'll be something I need to do to achieve to give me that jump to the next level. Then I would, by that time, that investment, I'll call it investment, will have matured. Principal plus interest. And then I had the choice to return the principal again, and I keep it rolling. So I had a couple of those. I don't have that now, but I had them then. But when I look back, they got me what I wanted to have by in my 50s, yeah? So probably that I managed to do my house. Then I just wanted, am I saying too much personal stuff? I really wanted to get a tough truck, a big, I'm trying to watch my language, a big truck where I can drive from here to Cape Town. That to me was what we're talking about, happiness. What makes me happy with no apologies, that I don't have to rely on a driver to take me to my hikes in the back of Beyond of Kenya. Why? Because I like driving. I love adventure. Now I'm there. I've got it. I can get into that car and drive anywhere. You see what I mean? Happiness, what you value. Notice, what I value is not what she values. What makes me happy is not what makes her happy. So for me, am I a success? No. I started by saying I'm a failure. But there are few things, as you're asking that question, I was thinking back. This that I have now that I'm enjoying, when was this idea planted? 20, 25 years ago. So I'm asking myself, how did I get here? And please note, I haven't had a proper salary every month for a long time. I can't even go to the bank to ask for a loan based on my salary. My staff will qualify. I will not qualify. When we run out of production money, it's me who goes without a salary. So have I answered your question? Define your happiness. And by when, the milestones. And yours is yours. It's not your buddies. Yours is yours.
And just for, thank you so much. Before the next question, bado hamjaniambia juu ya time. Haya. Tuendelee tu. Just for all of you, younger generation that are here, the truth is about money. And because of social media, we have this thing. We hear a lot about Zuckerbergs and Elon Musks and who built these billion-dollar companies. The truth is that is 1 in a billion. The chance of doing that is 1 in a billion. When it comes to money, there's no secret, there's no shortcut. It's about compounding. It's about saving and insuring and getting yourself into such trusts and retirement benefit schemes. If you want to have 10 million in the next 5 years, it's how much you're saving every month to get you to that. If you want to be worth $1 billion, if you want to be worth 100 million, it's compounding. How much can you grow your money every single month, every single day, every single week? Yeah. Next question. I had seen her. Allah. This is, oh. Ngojea kwanza. Before the gentleman in yellow, yes, please. Let's get someone else, kindly. There's a lady here in white. Wait. Homeboys. Leo unachoma calories mtu yangu. But good job. Yeah. Then Jeff, utanisaidia hapo hivyo kwa time. Dili lose his screen. Thank you. Yes, please.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Wamboi, and my question is to
Sandra.
Sandra, yes, Sandra, and retirement benefits. Is it that I will save my money to survive when I'm old, or my money will be for my house probably, or for my fuel probably? Is it just am I just saving to just survive, or can I save and get into my retirement? Yes, but I can do something else with that money. I'm not just spending it without having something come back to me in as much as it is my retirement money.
Can I go first? All right. That's a question we receive from a myriad of people, especially the young people, and it's connected to somebody can I access my money? Why should you keep my money until I'm so old when I cannot even enjoy it? Let me debunk a myth. When we talk about saving for retirement, we are not taking all your money and put it in the kitty for retirement. There are terms you've struggled to use. She has used it about, plowing back your profit, compounding Please, when you get time, and I know all of you access social media, TikTok, Facebook, tonight, please save a few bundles and Google something called the magic of compound interest. If you start saving 1,000 when you are 25, it will be worth much more than when you start saving 10,000 per month when you are 40. So you can be so safe and secure saving 1,000 every month at 25 until maybe you reach 45, as opposed to when you realize you are about to exit and you want to save so much, even 20,000, you cannot beat the person who was saving 1,000. That's the magic of compound interest. Angalia kuku. Akitaka yai moja usile, angue. Zitakuwa kuku ngapi? 2. Alafu tena usile hizo kuku, zitage mayai mawili mengine yamekuwa 4. After that imekuwa 8, 16, 32. That's a simple way of trying to explain what it means when you leave your money without touching it. It keeps on growing because any profit is plowed back. Now, for pension scheme, it doesn't mean that you put your money and you don't access it. In fact, with the flexible individual pension plans, now they have products. Even recently, you can even use part of your retirement benefits to buy a house or to take a mortgage. Up to 60%, you can, secure a mortgage. There is a law, although it was challenged in court, that you can spend up to 40,000. 40%, that's 7 million to buy a house. Though it's challenged, but it's going to come back. You can, besides saving money for retirement, money is meant to be a salary when you have run out of salary. When somebody cuts your salary, another salary should kick in, that's the pension. But maybe if you want to travel the world, there are products of traveling. If you want to educate your children, take an education policy. If you want even maybe to have a big wedding, open an account for a wedding. If it's about school, please open an account for school. So there are many channels, and that's why maybe we need a one-on-one talk to a financial advisor so that you can save money for particular functions. But for retirement, it's a must because one day you must retire. And as I told you, we asked, Njoki was saying that she's working now. In fact, we went to the industry to ask people. We wanted to understand, why are people not retiring? Most people, especially, I don't know, it was like 75%. 75% of you are not willing to retire. Do you know why? If you retire, utakula nini? Yeah? You ask yourself, if I retire, how can I pay my rent? If I retire, how can I go to the hospital? But if you have saved at a particular point, you ask yourself, can I retire? Do I have rent? Do I have food? Do I have clothes? If you have those things, you can retire. But if you don't plan for that, I bet you will never retire. What will make you retire is the grave. And that's not what you want to do. So, ask a financial advisor, call us, we talk to you. There are many channels, and pension is not that bad thing that you You lock your money until, for you can even decide to save for 10 years or 5 years, depending on how much you are earning, how much time you have. After that time, you can access your money. If you are clever enough, you can reinvest the money. Even after you start earning, you don't take your lump sum and put it under the mattress. Where that money remains, it keeps on growing, either in a scheme, it is in a financial product, it could be a mutual fund, it could be in a treasury bill. So money, please don't put your money where it's not growing. And that's one secret of having a pension plan for a comfortable retirement. And retirement can come at any time, not at 60.
Okay. Sandra, briefly. Our time is over. Yeah.
I think the only thing I can add is maybe use our superstar Njoki as an example. For her, retirement was not about the money. It was about the car and her adventure. So if you look at retirement like that, then you won't always think of it that you're looking, I'm putting this money just to save, just to live when I'm old. You look at it in terms of when I get to 60 like Njoki, I will have my car that can drive me everywhere. I will be able to do my adventure and I will be happy.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to give my panelists 30 seconds each, 30 seconds to give us a closing remark. Yeah, because our time is over. Was it a burning question? Yeah? Very burning. 30 seconds. Pia wewe.
Wait for the mic. Others need to hear. While you're waiting for the mic, I want to recognize my friend Yasif. Yeah?
Oh, wow.
Yes. Insurance, arbitration, sports legend. Yeah.
So thank you. My name is Mushuthi Waruga. I am the CEO Pishon Africa. I was asking...
Start again.
Yes?
Start again.
My name is Mushuthi Waruga. I am the CEO Pishon Africa Media. I was asking, as you negotiate your pay as actors, as whatever you do, this is even to you, Phila, do you put in the retirement hapo? Unasema wacha niweke 10,000, hiyo nitaenda kusave. Ama hiyo yenye umenegotiate is part or is a sacrifice. Hiyo yenye ukisha negotiate nini, una sacrifice, unajinyima, unapelekea wasewa. I would want to know that. Yes, and also Njoki talked about venye amementa watu. Do you think the men have failed? Sisi wanaume tumefail kwa mentorship. Yeah, that's a yes or no question basically.
Awesome. So, pesa itawaitosha. So what I do is I have a formula that I use with any income that I get. So every month I do a budget, so I know my recurring expenditure every month. And so whatever income I get, I usually break it down to 4 percentages. So I always say my salary at the end of the month, because the company affiliate production pays me a salary. Whatever salary I get, 60% of it goes to my fixed costs. That's my recurring expenditure. Then 10% goes to savings. So now, hiyo ndio narushanga kwa awase, savings and insurance. And then 10% goes into investment. So for me, it will either be money market funds but 10%. And then, this is my best percentage, 20%, I call it free living. I call it guilty, I call it guilt-free spending. Because at the end of the day, we have to live. So if I go out on a coffee and buy cocktails or something, I don't want to feel guilty after that. So I actually budget for guilt-free spending. So that's how I do my payments.
Phil, allow me, I know we've run out of time, but he's asked an important question, which I want to change. Allow me to change hats to being a human resource consultant who does a lot of interviews on behalf of corporates and public sector. When I ask you, how much money do you expect us to pay you? And you give me some huge amount, I'll say, and why do you think you're worth that? If you tell me, but Kamau, my friend who is working at Field is getting that, I'll say, so you go to Fields. See what I mean? Be able to say, if I am paying my rents and my whatever, this amount. And I'm also putting a pension. I have an ongoing pension that I need to continue with. It already tells me, very mature person who will be not hopping from one job to the other. They have a plan.
Thank you. 30 seconds. We'll start from you, Ratem. Something you want to leave us with as we wrap up.
Bwana CEO, please retract that statement. At pesa yao wase. It's not our money that you are giving us your money. No, it's your money. We are just, investing, growing it for you. It's your money. We are just taking care of that money, so it's not our money. My last, my parting shot, even from you. Have you reviewed your beneficiaries form at your bank, at your SACCO, at your pension scheme? Because wherever you put your money, they give you a list, a form to write. In case I'm not there, this is the person who will take my money. Some people do that when they're unmarried. Over time, now they have a spouse, they have children. If you happen to die, they look at that form and they say, this was your wish. But you discover, if you had put your parents or your brothers, then your money may end up going to the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority because those people maybe are not there. So please, where your money is, that is a living document. Even when you come to a pension scheme, we give you a list, and this money is secured. When you die, we must follow what your wishes. So please review it. And finally, ujana ni moshi. Na what, differentiates between people who are successful and people who are failures is taking an action. So today you are now empowered, but it doesn't make sense if you don't take action with the information you have. Asante.
Thank you.
Okay. Many years ago when I was in my 20s, I never thought that, I need to save. Way back then, we were also YOLOing. And now that I am past that 20, I do realize the importance of having a plan. And if there's one thing I can tell you or leave with you, is that you need a plan. Whatever that plan is, please have a plan. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
As one who is already 60 and above, what advice would I have given to the 23-year-old version of me? Know yourself. Know what makes you happy. Know where you want to be when. Know when to draw the lines. As if I keep doing this for you, I can as well put a pause on my life. Know where to draw the line and deal with your psyche so you know you will not be feeling guilty no matter what your auntie or your uncle tells you. How can you not help your brother? Sijisaidia hata mwenyewe. Know where to draw your line, where you are comfortable. I'll also answer your last question. Are the young men failing in this mentoring process? It's not fair to differentiate the men from the ladies. I would say look for mentors. We don't expect you to know everything. And a mentor is not stopping Joki or my friend Asif when you're busy doing your work and say, hold on, I know you, I want you to mentor me. You will get a frown and will leave you. Place yourself in the right places and at the right time. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. I could write a book on that. So, the last points on this. I started by saying, I'm actually a failure. There are many things I would have liked to do. However, there are 1 or 2, 3 things. I am so happy that I am able to do them now at my age. I have that. And I go back to what my colleague has said there, defining your happiness. That's it.
Thank you.
Wow. I'm telling you, it's unfortunate to speak after Njoki.
Oh, yeah.
Every time.
Oh, yeah.
My 30 seconds final. I mean, to every young person and everyone who's here, seize your opportunities. Make sure you harness every chance you have because you don't have a lot of time. One of the mistakes that we all make is to assume that we're going to be here like a stone. You don't have a lot of time. Every opportunity you have, harness it, make everything out of it. I'm not talking about money, I'm really talking about yourself. Draw everything that you can from every relationship. Draw everything that you can. And this is my last final statement. The race is not to the swift. Strength does not win battle, but time and chance happens to them all.
Wahenga. Thank you so much. And to our poll, before I say my closing remark, we asked you, do you have a retirement plan? I know it's not broadcasted over there. So we got 54 responses and 16 responses. That's 29% said yes. And then we had 39 responses. That's 71% saying no. So we need to do something about this. This is not right. We cannot have 71% of people without a retirement plan. We need to change that. My last remarks are, Allah, imepotea. Yeah, it's starting to catch up. Nimesoma hizi nikasahau. Yes, no one is coming to save you. It's something I keep saying. No one is coming to save you. There's no one who's going to teach you about retirement and saving and all these things. The more you learn, the more you earn. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Philip Karanja, and that is all for today. Thank you so much.
Okay, of course, there's that customary photo that we'll take. Give them another round of applause, Tafadhali. You can see literally some of us have braved broken ankles to come and share some knowledge there. Thank you so much for that. Not you, Bonnie, I think you're fine. Uko sawa, uko tu sawa. Fantastic stuff. We look into that camera. I don't want to call that the face of retirement, but, I mean, there's a lot of wisdom in that panel. Let's put it like that. Let's put it like that. Another round of applause for them, please. Thank you so much. Asante sana. And I mean, if there's anything we'll take from there is we start now. You know, with your 100 bob, with your 1,000, your 10,000, this is where you start because you never know how long you have with everything. Let's do that. That has been the final discussion as far as our markets are concerned. I mean, a lot has been shared. When we're backstage, some people are like, it's such a young audience. Do they really want to hear about retirement? We're surprised. Guys are ready and they know that it's coming. It's just a matter of when, not if. As we come to a close, we'd like to thank all of you for being here for the past 3 days, engaging, interacting, going around, networking, sharing knowledge, asking the questions, challenging our panelists as well, because that's what it's about. The give and take is what makes the industry better. We bring this to a close, but the networking, the knowledge sharing continues. There's a Showmax industry mixer happening right after this, so please be part of that. You know, like they said, it's not I want to be your mentor. You have to find yourself in the right presence. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. There are very many teachers in this room, in this vicinity, and the students are here. So let's make use of that particular time and space that we're in at this particular point in time. Thank you so much for being an amazing audience. We'd also like to thank our partners who made this happen. So once again, Communications Authority of Kenya, the Kenya Film Classification Board, National Film and Video Foundation South Africa, Copyright Tribunal Kenya, MultiChoice, Star Times, Showmax, Alsberg SPI, Samsung, Goethe Institute, Angus Cinemas, Royal Tulip, Argyle Grand Hotel, Cameras Africa, Mind Me International, Sony, Jamii Telcom, Dormans, Madison Insurance, Kenbright, Kenya Film and Television Professional Association, Grisel Studios, The Bar, and Tikiti. Can we give these companies a big applause? Tafadhali, a huge one. They're the ones who have made this happen, but I want us to save our last and biggest applause for you guys. Truly, you've been such an amazing audience for all 3 days. So if you're clapping for yourself, I'm sure you'll do like 150%, Sindio. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. A round of applause for yourselves. Absolutely, an amazing audience and a fantastic 3 days it has been. We bring this to a close, but don't forget the 13th edition of the Kalasha International Film and TV Awards ceremony will be happening tomorrow. If you won't be in here and you don't have your tickets yet, don't worry, it'll be live on KTN News from 7:30 p.m. So join in and see all the fun, and as we just award the best and brightest in their craft, happens tomorrow 7:30 p.m. on KTN News. We bring this to a close. Have a great Easter wherever you and yours will be. God bless. My name has been Jeff Mote. Have a good one. Bye-bye.